Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for World Trigger, Chapter 86. Alright, and this chapter actually starts with Chica getting promoted to B rank, okay? Because after figuring out that she's the golden goose and that, all these Aftercrater neighbors are trying to capture her and everything, they decided that she should probably have the ability to bail out. That way, that doesn't happen. Okay, so they promoted her to B rank specifically for that purpose, and it does make a lot of sense. It really does. Um, I found it hilarious that Kinuta was one of the ones pushing for this hard. That was funny. All right, but the way they do this is they transfer points from Osamu and Yuma over to her. That way, she then reaches the point necessary to become B rank. Okay, which which got me thinking, how did they promote Osamu to B rank before? Like, did they give him points for the stuff that happened at the school and the stuff that happened with the Ilgar? I think it was the Ilgar, the one that Aikitor tried to take down, but Yuma had to help her. I think that was the Ilgar. Um, but yeah, did they just give him points for that, and then it ended up adding up to enough to become B rank? Is that because the way it came off to me was that they just decided, all right, let's make him B rank, and that was it. So if they didn't do that for Chica, then that means they probably didn't do it for Osamu either. So I would assume that that's what had to happen. They just gave him points for that stuff, and then he grew to B rank. All right, but yeah, Osamu in this chapter, he actually speaks with Kido for a little bit, right? And Kido tells him that Shinoda and Rindo had absolutely nothing to do with the decision to kind of make him the scapegoat in the press conference. Okay, and yeah, he just said it was the others that dealt with that. And Osama says he really just doesn't care. He just says that, if you ever do that kind of thing to Yuma or Chica, then there'll be trouble. All right. Which, well, in reality, he said if you do that to Yuma or Chica, I won't forgive you. But I can't. I am not a fan of when characters say that because it's stupid. Like, if I'm a villain, if I'm an antagonist, why would I care if you don't forgive me? I'd be sitting there laughing like, okay, whatever, and I'd continue doing what I'm doing, you know? Osamu's saying, I won't forgive you to Kido probably means absolutely nothing to him. So I just don't understand why shonen protagonists say this so often. It literally means absolutely nothing. Nothing. It has no impact at all, at least to me. Maybe if it's an anime and they animate it a certain way, then it might have an impact. But to me, it literally means nothing because the words themselves mean nothing to a villain or an antagonist. It's a villain is not going to care if you forgive them or not. Like that's just, unless they're being no, no. Okay, that's no. I just don't like it when characters say that. It's silly. Every time I see it, I just roll my eyes and think, "Oh boy, here we go again." All right, it's just it's there's no. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just a pet peeve of mine. Characters saying, "I'll never forgive you." If it were me in that situation, I'd say, "I don't need your forgiveness," and then I just keep doing what I'm doing. But I don't know. It's shonen. I'm used to it. It's just a pet peeve. It's whatever. Just whatever. Yeah, after that, we end up getting to the rank wars finally. All right, and we have Sakurako, Satomi, no, Satori. Yes, Satori and Osamu. Too many S's, Jesus. Sakurako, Satori, and Osamu. All right, um, and this is actually interesting to see because Osamu was there giving commentary for the rank wars for his team. Um, and you see all these people in the crowd saying like, "Oh man, I know that guy," and it was just funny to realize that not too long ago he was just a no-name trainee that literally no one knew, but now all of a sudden he's the kind of agent that literally everybody knows, and they're saying, "Hey, look, hey, that's that guy," you know, and he's hanging out with elites now. He's threatening the chief commander of border, with no consequence at all. He's gotten he's pretty legit at this point, like he's he's made his way up the rankings, not the rankings in Border, but like the what would you call it, like the social ladder? No, he's gotten more influence. I guess that would be the best way to say it. He's just gotten a ton more influence since the beginning of the series. It's kind of impressive actually, because most of it has happened because of him and not because of other people. The reason he became B rank wasn't because, well, I mean, it was because of Yuma. Because had it not been for Yuma, he probably would have died. But what I mean is that Osama was the one who did all of the things that caused him to go up to B rank. He's the one who went and tried to fight the uh, Marmod, Bamster. I don't remember which one it was. The ones that were in the school that specialized in attacking, um, whichever ones those were. Um, he's the one who made the decision to fight them. He's the one who made the decision to break the rules, which is what got him in trouble in the first place and got him introduced to the leadership of Border. He's the one who made the decision to activate his trigger yet again to help evacuate people when the Eilgar was attacking. All right, he's the one who actually tried to save the trainees and Chica. So he's actually done a lot. Like when it comes to it's funny that though when it he's done a lot and he's done enough to deserve this influence. It's just funny that the things that people care about the most, the things that he actually gets recognition for, are the things that he himself did not do. But the things he doesn't get credit for, like the things that he gets ripped about, that's the stuff that caused him to get the most influence. So I think that's interesting. But that's just, I don't know, maybe that's just me. Um, so anyway, Osama was still hurt, so he won't be competing until the second match. So for this one, it's just Yuma and Chica, which I mean they do well enough on their own. They didn't really need him. Um, but that might change for the next match. But anyway, the way the rank wars work, it's like this. Okay, you're in a group with 7 people or 7 teams. Right? You have the top group, the middle group, and the bottom group. Okay, and you have to fight against those 6 other teams in your group in different matches, 2 at a time or 3 at a time, sometimes, as Satori pointed out. Okay, and in these different matches where you face the different people in your group, you need to try and get as many points as you can. And you get a point. You get 1 point for taking people out, and you get 2 points for lasting to the end. Right? So essentially, you get 2 points for winning. You get 2 points if you win, and you get 1 point for each person that you take out on another team. All right. And at the end of the day, the top 2 B ranked teams are going to be able to get into this A ranked challenge match. Okay. Now, in this match in particular, Yuma and Chica were taking on Yoshizato and Mamiya squads. Okay. And they got completely and totally dominated. Okay, like Yuma right off the bat, he was taking people's heads. All right, like in this chapter, he earned a role in Game of Thrones. Like seriously, all he needed was a spike. That's all he needed. All right, Yuma just completely dominated this chapter, and Chica was pretty legit too with that Ibis. All right, she just sat there. She just sat there and sniped, destroyed the entire building, and then Yuma was like, "Oh, okay, there they are." Took them out. And that was funny. All right, they won easily. They got the maximum amount of points. They took out everybody and won, so they got the maximum amount of points, which is 8. At first, I thought that the way it worked is that every person on your team who lasted to the end got the additional 2 points. But in reality, no, it's just the team that wins gets the 2 points. Doesn't matter how many individuals you have left over. But anyway, Yuma and Chica, they win, and I'm just realizing now that they have the same name as Yumi Chica from Bleach. Not really, but it's pretty freaking close. Every time I say Yuma and Chica, I find myself about to say Yumi Chica instead. But anyway, next week they're going to go face our Fune squad and Suwa squad, because since they got 8 points, they moved up in the rankings and B ranked teams. So now they're not in that bottom group anymore. They're in the middle group, which means teams that they're facing, Suwa and Arfune, are in that middle group now and no longer in the bottom group. All right. So I'm going to assume that they'll win there too. All right, and probably get enough points to move up to the top group, which is where they'll probably face Ozma squad and like probably some other squad. Right, but I'm sure that Suwa and Arafune squads are gonna put up a better fight than freaking Yoshizato and Mamiya. All right, like they're gonna actually put up a fight, and they're gonna actually challenge Yuma and Chika. Um, we might even see one of them get taken out, and then it's gonna be like one versus the rest. Um, I think that would be interesting. I think the predictable way to go there would be to have Chika be the one that gets taken out. That therefore, I think that if one of them does get taken out, it'll probably be Yuma because he gets taken off guard by something, or I don't know, like something happens when he gets taken off guard and he ends up getting taken out. All right, but and then Chica will have to try and win on her own. I think that would be the surprising way to go. Therefore, that would be the way he decides to go if he does have one of them get beaten. Um, and then when it comes to the top group where they have the match, then it'll probably be even tougher, and then they're both in danger of being taken out. And they're actually, rather than being on, they're just like on the defensive the entire. Oh, I don't know. Osama will be back at that point, so I don't know. I don't know. At the end of the day, my prediction is that they're gonna beat Suwa and Arafune squads, move up to the top group, and in those two matches, the one against Suwa and Arafune, and the one against probably Azuma squad and someone else, um, they will probably have trouble. So yeah, that's that. But as for this chapter, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was pretty good. Actually, no, I'll give it an 8.5. Yeah, it was a pretty good chapter. Yuma and Chika were legit. I liked the way the rank war is set up. Um, and yeah, that's that, you guys. Chapter gets an 8.5 out of 10. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.